In this video, I'm going to explain or present one of the good uh, principle or practice you can apply in your front-end developments. The concept is like whenever you present some of the confidential information or user information, something like user email address or a phone number or a user address or user asset details, it's always good to hide them and I hide them from the screen so that even the application user can get the detail when it is required. So we can have little limited control. Okay. So in this application, we use ReactJS for a front end and Spring Boot for the back end. Of course, MySQL and a few other databases for the database. Okay, so one of the example, let me, as I told you, presenting the user confidential information, most likely the contact. Okay, so contact is one of the app or one of the module in this application. So when I open, I'm just reviewing this application right now. So when I do review, I see that, okay, I'm just opening and I'm seeing that this application looks good and somebody, click a new and you can enter the contact detail. And when I click all, it just gives all the detail. And there is some filters, some kind of thing. Okay, here, personally, like this is opinion, okay. I see that showing this email address on screen um, just as is not really nice. Okay, so it's always good to hide them from the screen, and in case as a user if I need this email address in order to email to them or something like that, we can give some click to copy kind of icon, or let's say show with some three dots called ellipsis, or kind of you need to really hide this detail, right? Some confidential detail. That's what I'm going to present. How you can do that in the React.js kind of applications. So in this React.js application, I use Ant Design. Okay, Ant Design is the I would say that the front end framework I use in order to build this entire UI. Okay, so this is really one of the very promising and super cool framework. If you are choosing any, or if you are building any React.js based application, and design is really the good choice, and it has lots and lots of components, and I'm sure you can develop application much faster because these UIs are really amazing to build your apps. All right, so to come to the context, I told you, right, I wanted to really hide this. So my idea is that present only few character on screen, and when I need, I can just click copy. Okay, so let me go and open the source code, and this is application. In this the contact app. What we are showing is the contact app. In it, this application, I'm just scrolling down. When I come down, there is something called um, the table, right? So after the mini contact, where is a table? I think the what we are presenting there is a table. But look like after this, it just goes to the mini contact. In the mini contact, is look like the contact is a parent component, and there is a mini component. Okay, something like mini contact. I call it as a child component in it. Okay, I'm just coming down and I'm seeing where the table is getting presented. There are some code. Let me scroll down. Okay, so here is the table, and I guess this is the table. Yeah. So this is a table user displaying the user data according to the ant design. So the table, and it comes with some parameter, and it has the data of data set in order to render, and there is something called active columns. The active columns defines what to be displayed. Okay, if I go and find out active column seems to be empty array, and I mean the active column is actually redefined from the props columns. schema. Okay, uh, and if I go to the props is really coming from the parent component. Okay, wherever this particular mini contact is being called, the props is actually sending the column data. Okay, so here you go and look at it and see where the particular table definition is there. So here is the column schema. So if you go and look at it, you know, the name, email, edit, address, trash, info, and all. So it look like this is a what, right? Okay, so they present the table as is. As I told you, this is okay, but I really wanted to make this is something little hidden. All right. So I go to the and design now and try to find out. Let's say in the web developers have something called copy uh, clipboard or something like that search. Okay, so this doesn't have really in it, but it suggests some of the third-party component, and I'm going and searching clipboard. Okay, they say that let's use this. So okay, I'm just going there, and at first I'm going to install this. I'm copying this and go to my code, and let's see, my main component folder is here, and I don't want to install this globally or something. I just install npm install React copy to clipboard. All right, and it is getting installed now. Okay, it's done. All right, now you go and again refer how it should be done. They given some good examples and a simple web demo. And the first part is that we need to refer the code. Okay, so they say that this is the way you need to import. Just copy and go back to your code, and here you can import uh, the particular copy to clipboard. Okay, so whatever there, I leave it. I just import my code. I imported, and it says that I mean, they're saying how to really use this. Okay, so they presented some nice GIF or some kind of video. So it has some input box. When you click, it just copy the input box to clipboard, and they're pasting from the clipboard. Okay, but in our use case, we wanted to really hide this, and when I just click, I wanted to copy the address. Okay, so first what we need to do is we need to hide this, right? Okay, so the idea is that I'm going to keep first three character, and then I'm going to put uh, the ellipsis symbol. All right, so go here and come to your email. Okay, here because this is a React.js and Java, it's a JavaScript basically. What we can do here is the record.email, JavaScript, I believe. So I can say substring and 0 to 3 character, right? Just say and okay, it says that substring is error. Cannot read the property of substring. Okay, um, maybe do this way. I think it could be problem with some of the contact doesn't have the email. So when there is no such a email, when you render it may just leave it as empty. But whenever we do some string operation on top of the undefined or a null variable, it will throw error. So what I do here is I'm just appending or doing some substring, right? And there are really plenty of ways you can achieve this. I'll show you in any way. Um, let's say here you can write something like um, let's say save substring. Okay, I'm just calling a function where I'm simply passing uh, the email. All right. So I'm just passing the email as a parameter, and I'm saying I need the first three character. Okay, and maybe I'm saying that I wanted to append the ellipses in the display. Okay, so this function looks okay. Um, um, okay, or you can say that find. substring. Okay. I mean, there is no rule that how you should follow. You can use whatever the way you wish. And I'm going and creating some const function in the React. I mean, this is React functional component, not a class component. Okay. Um, Value and the arrow function. Here, what we do is we return if another way uh, if value equal to undefined, then return empty. Okay. If not, value equal to value dot substring 0 comma. We know that we discussed the length. I mean, what is the length of character we want as argument, right? So I'm going to say a substring, and then I'm going to append the um, I would say that some suffix character. That's a parameter we used, and I'm adding here, right? So this is the method we have written. The method carry three parameter, which is one is the email and how many character I wanted to display, and what it should suffix in order to display. Okay, now you go and see. I mean, React will really refresh. Okay, this looks really empty. uh, I'm not really sure why, and come here and string, because all value it says undefined. Okay, let's go and check why. um, Record dot email, earlier it was like that. um, okay, let's see. I I wanted to really check it's because of, okay, that's not the scenario, correct? Okay, it's not really displaying. Then what could be the issue? So it's not really empty. Okay, what is the error? I did not return it. It's so bad, right? Okay, TURN. I just returned the trimmed or modified content. You see, right? So I'm saying that this is the email ID. Okay, this is okay because I'm just giving a hint of what is the email address, but still it is safe. So user will not see it, right? Now I'm hidden um, the email address. Now how can I let user to copy the email address, right? Even if I copy, I will be getting only the um, you know the off of the text, right? This this is not okay. Say I wanted to really copy this address, I wanted to send a email to them. How can I do that? So it's become now difficult. So now still allow user to copy the text to the clipboard so that they can still send the, I mean, they can just go to their Outlook or Gmail and they can paste the email address, right? So now this is what we are going to use the uh, React copy clipboard function. Now let's look at it how they use, right? According to this presentation, they have three boxes. So if you understood, this is the input box. In our case, we are not going to key because the email address is already there, right? Uh, this is look like a button. So the copy to clipboard with the span, that's what they presented here. This is a button. It's really, when you click, it is actually copying the text, what is there in the text. And on copy, they given some, state change, which I don't think we need it, right? We don't want to really show some icon, something like a copied or something. uh, that's okay. So for now, let's copy this. Okay, and you remember all the senior developer, they'll always copy paste the code. It's not necessary you have to type all the time. Okay, so I'm just going here and I'm pasting the code that I copied. Okay, so here this is the text that when somebody click on it, it will go to the clipboard. So in our case, we wanted to keep the entire email address to get into the clipboard, right? So then keep the the whole email address to the attribute, and we no need any state change variable right now. We can remove the on copy event, remove it. In the display, they set it something like a span. This is going to really display, but in our case, you all know that we already trimmed the email address for the display. So let's just go and paste it. I don't know whether we really need a span, but as long as the original, um, you know, the library has an example, it's okay to keep. It's a span tag, right? It's okay. Um, okay, now what we did is we put the copy to clipboard and we keep the full email address in the text attribute, and in the trimmed email address we kept for the display. Okay, so in this case I really don't want the span. Let's remove what happens. Okay, okay, now you save it and go to your core, I mean output, and it says okay, the React children expect to receive a single React element. Okay, yeah, that's right. Okay, so the span starts here and the span ends here. I don't know whether the span is a real issue. Better to bring it back. Um, you know, I told you right. As long as the library suggests, better you keep it. Okay. So now you go back and see whether you click them. But it doesn't look like clickable, but it may do the magic. Just click it and go to your code and try to paste and let's see what happens. Um, wow, super, right? So I just go and click this one and I paste. Superb, right? Very good. But um, maybe copy this and paste this. Superb. I get the code. Perfect. So now uh, this okay, but it's not really looks like copy kind of icon, right? It not really ignites that I can copy this, correct? So what do we do? Can we make this like a clickable, or can we let the user, hey, you can click this by copying, right? Even if you set some color, something like that, user will not, understand this is really, copyable, right? So in this program, we use font awesome. That's one of the, you know, amazing icon tool, which is mostly free, and most of the icons are really, really free. Okay, here I'm going to just search like a copy, and if I search, I will see some copy icons, right? In my use case, I wanted really little tiny icon, not like double. I mean, it's little much far. Um, let's find some kind of copy so that's look like little tiny, but still user can understand it's a copy icon. I mean, this is okay, but let's check clipboard. Let's try. Okay, yeah, clipboard is there, but somehow I I don't know, this is really clipboard kind of stuff. Okay, copy. Okay, this looks okay. Um, I already imported this React into the existing code, so I am just trying to find out what icon I'm going to really use. Okay, um, so can we go with this or this one, right? Okay, it says that FA copy. Okay, just go to your code and I do have, yeah, I mean before the copy to clipboard, I'm going to use the font awesome. So not really here. Inside of this text, I'm going to use the font awesome icon. Okay. Um, font awesome icon equal to FA copy. Okay. Yeah. Save and come here. And okay, I have a small icon, but somewhat I'm I'm not really happy with this copy icon. Okay, maybe you can give a little bit space in between. Okay, all right, just give a space. Okay, I'm going to, it may give an idea to the user that you can really do copy, but still, okay, that's okay. I'm just clicking this and I'm going here and I'm going to just paste whether the email is really copied. Okay, yeah, it's good. It works, right? So, I mean, the UI is not really, you can think like whatever other way with the, you can add some aref so that it will appear like a clickable icon, right? So you go here and maybe you can do a href, something like, hover text, which is something like a copyable um, of the entire thing. Okay, so I'm just closing here, which means along the, okay, maybe we can do this, right? But that's not really necessary as long as it's not a variable. Leave that and go here. Okay, now you see it just gives a little color. So when I put a mouse over there, it just gives the hover hand symbol, which means it at least user knows that it has some clickable action, right? So now you can think of whether you really need this icon or you don't need it. But again, you can keep them. So just go and click and come here and try to paste and yeah, it's getting copied. So if you go and present this tool or in office you're using the tool, your colleague come and stop by and talk to you, and you can ensure that the user data is not really openly presented, right? It's good to not display the email or phone or address of the customer detail or any detail, like it could be whatever the social security number or any asset or currency detail. Let's not openly present the data. Just give a little few character that showing like that's always a good practice. Thanks for watching. If you have any question, please put that into the comment section. Bye.